Okay, hello everyone. How are you guys doing today? Okay, we have not done we haven't done a stream in some time, especially a Red Dead stream. I apologize for not doing a Red Dead stream on Friday. I just had a few things to do, but we're gonna be doing a nice, fun stream here today. Okay, let me turn this on. Okay, and Timmy, did you get a notification for the stream?
No.
Okay.
It usually takes a couple minutes for notifications to pop up anyhow.
Okay.
I just realized level's really high.
Okay, hello. Okay, hey guys, did you guys get a notification for the stream? Let me know. Okay. 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 Well, I guess some people I guess some people aren't getting notifications. I don't know. The thing's weird. Okay. Okay. Okay, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good day. Okay, don't have a notification on. Well, you didn't get a notification, you said. Wonder why that is. I think it's because of the 24-hour thing. Because when you don't, yeah, I think that's probably because of it. Because when you don't put the when you release 3 videos within like I think less than 24 hours, it stops sending out notifications. I think that might it. You got a notification, Shane? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's do this then. Okay, let's play then here. Let me put the hat on here. Okay. Okay, and let's do a resupply mission because I really needed a resupply mission. No, not rest. Wait, is the camp? Okay. Okay,
there's another 3-point wolf here.
Okay, my camp just despawned. Well, large
if
camp.
you place it nearby, that would be good.
Okay. Oh, we have a Hi Pro, the quality is superb. Thank you, man. Lower the volume a little bit here. Okay. And if everyone can use free aim, please, because I'm using free aim, just so it's fair to everyone. If you're on horseback, I recommend using auto aim then. Should I buy Cold War? Well, I think the story is good. I'm having a lot of fun with the story so far, but I haven't played the multiplayer much, so I can't really give an opinion on that. Okay, that's an easy amount of XP to get there. What is that? Okay, that was weird. That was weird, okay.
No.
Oh. Damn. Huh.
What happened there?
Okay, good job, everyone. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you?
Here, take this on your horse to camp.
Take what?
A wolf.
Oh, okay, one moment here. This guy's like in the hay. Okay, you said a wolf?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Okay, my horse is right up here. Thank you for that.
There it is.
There we go. Okay, let me mark the camp here. Oh, we're not too far away. Okay.
Okay, you're just gonna have to do it. I can't place it on your horse.
Okay. That's fine, Chaos. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes. Yeah, I mean, I came across that story, I came across that story earlier today, like the guy with the, utility pole, and I was like, what the hell? My question was, how does he even lift that on the car? You know, even with two people, that thing is so heavy. I could barely lift my TV on my stand. That was really heavy, and that weighs nowhere near the amount that thing weighs.
Remember those old CRT screens?
The what?
I remember having one. I remember having an old CRT TV. I think it was like a 20-inch screen.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a 50-pound set thing.
Thank you, I'm glad you like the hat. Okay, let's see here. This is my first stream on the PS5. James Langton mission, other players photographed. Okay, that's easy. Oh, that was like one of the easiest dailies ever. Okay, I'm building up my streak again. Okay, I'm going to right now fast travel to the Moonshine business, and I'll just teleport everyone inside, so you guys don't have to pay for the travel.
Wonder how quick that'll be.
The thing about that utility pole is that would be just... It would just be so dangerous even driving with that, because just the fact that, like, if he makes any sharp turn, he can literally smash into so many things.
That was a very fast travel.
Yep, it's PlayStation 5 loads pretty fast.
Bonjour. You've been away on some au travail.
Okay, let's get some mash here. Okay, what flavoring are we gonna use?
This will be a strong one.
Okay, we'll use that one. Berry cobbler.
If you drink some of the stuff before the flavor hits, it'll fortify all three.
I mean, I'm good for now. I'm gonna start up the next bootlegger mission here, though.
Alright.
Hey, Pro, I've been a huge fan for a long time. Me and my cousin watch all your videos. Please keep making videos. Don't let anyone change your mind that you are a bad YouTuber. Thank you. Thank you, little Dakota. It means a lot to me. Why no notification? It's probably because I put out more than 3 videos in 24 hours, and it doesn't do it then. But I'll have a James Bond video after this, so that notification should come up for that.
Play them at their own game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I mean, I don't know about Marcel's accent. If you say that it's unrealistic, I guess it's unrealistic. I thought the one Polish guy that's in the game, Rubble, I thought that the voice actor that played as him actually did a pretty good job. He actually spoke pretty fluent Polish. And that video I posted yesterday on the Red Dead Online, it has almost nearly 30,000 views, so thank you everybody for the support on that. Also, make sure that you guys, if you want to see more updates on, like, I mean, on Red Dead, I mean, drop a like on that video and share it, the one I talked about yesterday, because, you know, maybe if enough people see it, maybe Rockstar will too. Yeah. Because I just hope that this game doesn't get pushed to the side and, like, literally it's just, they just focus on non-stop GTA, because that's just going to be annoying.
You know, though, speaking of updates, I think this new one that's coming down the road is, I think that's the longest time we've had from announcement to the release, because what, it's going to be 3 weeks from announced to release?
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I don't think that a lot of people realize, I don't think they realize that the KO Perico DLC could be the last DLC. I don't think people realize that. I'm not saying it is, but it could be. Because, like, Rockstar hasn't said when the final DLC is, and they could, like, you know, they could make, like, a newswire post with, the next DLC and say, this is when LKO Perico comes out, it's their last DLC, that's it. And, their last DLC might be a map expansion, so that's, you know, what the,
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, good job clearing that out.
That was fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fast on the PlayStation. What I like about the PlayStation 5 is that it loads the friends list so much faster. That's what I like about it. Because on the PS4, the interface was just so slow, like, on loading friends, and it was so frustrating when you were trying to load friends. And it was also really annoying when I was, like, in the middle of a loading screen in a game, like in a match, and I was trying to send my friend a message in between games.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, the thing would load so slow that the game would actually load faster than the messages would. So it was just...
Yep. So the PlayStation Store is now part of the operating system instead of a separate application. So you should be able to access it in seconds.
Yeah. KO? Okay. That's the name of the DLC then. Okay, let me start up a
Is that 4? Here, let me switch to my wagon then.
Okay. Will it make a video on the zombies in Cold War? Possibly. But I want to make a video on the, like, comparing Mount Yamantau in Black Ops 1 and then Black Ops Cold War. And I also want to do a video on, all the ways to get rid of Charkov in the Lubyanka mission. Okay. Cold War video today. Today there will be a James Bond video, and then I think I'll have Cold War for tomorrow. No, I disagree with you. I don't think that Cold War is a bad game at all. I can't speak for the multiplayer because I haven't played much of the multiplayer, but as for the campaign, I can tell you the campaign is definitely not a bad campaign. The campaign is really good. I'm having a lot of fun with it, so it's, as for campaign, and I bought Cold War primarily for campaign. I don't buy it for multiplayer like a lot of people do. A lot of people, they buy Call of Duty games primarily for multiplayer. I just bought it for the campaign because I wanted to see Woods again. I wanted to see Mason and Hudson and those guys. That's why, the main reason I bought it. For the story. I guess I'm in the minority here because a lot of people they just don't ever play the campaign. They just play straight the multiplayer and that's it.
If it weren't for the fact that I could find the campaign on YouTube, you know, your own playthrough and others, I would have bought it just for campaign. Literally the only part of it that I had any care for.
How far is the stem?
Oh yeah, did you put on defensive mode?
No, let me put that on, just in case,
Because that'll at least, even if no one attacks us, if anyone does like those assassination missions, it won't target us.
Well, I'm not really worried about those assassination missions, because you can just... Damn, this target is so far away, like, look at how far this...
It's just kind of a time waste.
But... Will you stop streaming on Friday? No. No. I will stream again this Friday, so I'll have a stream on Red Dead again on Friday. The reason I didn't stream last Fridays is because I had a lot of things to do. I was just busy with a bunch of things, and I didn't get around to it. But if I don't get to stream Red Dead on Friday, I stream it on either Saturday or Sunday. So... Oh, hey, James, what's up? Okay, James. What do you think the next Red Dead update will be? Possibly mansions, because that's been in the files, but, you know, I'm worried at the same time. Because you know, I was worried about the next Red Dead Online update even way before, like, you know, way before now, like, right around when, like, Naturalist DLC was coming out, because remember when Rockstar made that post and they said, like, you know, Naturalist is coming out or whatever, and then they said, the largest update ever on GTA Online, but they didn't say anything about Red Dead at all in that post, at all. Like, it was just, I know it was talking about Naturalist, but I'm talking about future updates. Didn't mention any future Red Dead updates besides Naturalist. It was just GTA, and I was concerned about that. I said, you know, this is a little concerning then. That was months ago, and, you know, now, you know, I'm even more concerned. Because I see that GTA Online has had 4 teasers for its next update. You had the construction in front of the casino, you had the dead body on the beach, you had the 11-second teaser, like, you know, that night vision kind of like green teaser, then you had the, you know, the actual reveal of the island, that was like a 20-second teaser, and, like, as for Red Dead, there hasn't been, like, one announcement on the next update, not even a teaser, nothing. The Rockstar news wires for Red Dead are just useless at this point. It's like,
yeah.
Like the news wires are just like, I get pissed off every time I open up the Rockstar news wire. Like, it's like I open it up, like I'm like hoping there's some kind of news about the next update. Every Tuesday I open it up and it's like and I'm hoping please let there be some news on the next update. And instead it's like, you know, get 5 free tonics if you log in or something like that. It's just that's just it. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, this is what they're doing to try to keep people to play this game. And come on.
The data miners though found some things about the Naturalist update. I want to say around 3 or 4 months ahead of time.
Yeah, and that's what in my last video I said the same thing. The data miners get people more excited for Red Dead Online than the developers do. I mean, whoever's in charge of the public relations for Red Dead Online should be fired. Because whoever is the PR guy for this game is terrible at promoting this game. Like, this is not how you promote your game. Like, you get people excited, you tease the next DLC, don't just leave them hanging for months and months with no response.
Because typically, whenever they announce an update, it's like at the most a week until it's released. Only this new one coming to GTA are we getting like 3 weeks from announced release.
Okay, I got one of them here.
Lord Almighty. Quit this, you goddamn fool.
Oops, I forgot I had explosive rounds on that. Okay.
I'm just finally catching up with you guys on the wagon.
Well, I don't drink coffee, but I get your point there. But let me know, like, do you guys feel the same way I do? Like, when you, like, wake up and then you, like, look at the Newswire post on, like, on Tuesdays and you're expecting some kind of news on the next Reddit Online update, and then you see instead, like, get 5 free tonics if you log in today or whatever. It's just that, like, that just does not get me excited at all. Okay, James.
You'll get yours, you scum.
I just don't understand why it's just so difficult for just Rockstar to just give us some information about the next update on Red Dead. And I'm gonna say this right now. If Rockstar does the same thing they did last year, it's going to be a disaster for Red Dead. Because last year, do you know what the biggest mistake they did was? The biggest mistake they did was they released the Red Dead Online update and the GTA update like a day apart from each other. I thought that was a terrible thing to do. I thought it was horrible, a stupid idea, because more people are obviously going to be playing GTA Online. You know, there's going to be people that are going to be playing Red Dead Online, but that's just stupid. There's a lot of people that play both games, so, you know, why couldn't they just release, like, you know, why couldn't they release Moonshiners in, like, November, let people play that, and then release the Casino Heist in December, and then let people play that. That way people could enjoy both games. But instead, they decided to release both DLCs at once, and the majority of players were on GTA, and it shrunk Red Dead's player base when the Moonshiner update came out. And the Moonshiners wasn't even nowhere near the size as, like, the Casino Heist. Hello, I love your Red Dead videos. Thank you, Superwolf. Thanks for the super chat, man.
Where's the delivery area?
I'ma use this rope to hang you when I break loose.
Okay, let me do this here. This will make the chat a little bit better now. Okay.
If these ones get free, they're going to kill me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's leave one target until, like, the last, 2 minutes,
Oh, it's just a wagon, so it's not too hard.
Yeah.
I managed to grab this Maxim wagon.
Yeah, I did the slow mode. I forgot to turn it on originally. Oh, hey, Chaz. Thank you for the super chat.
Oop, okay. I think that was an accident.
What are the daily challenges for the bounty hunter? What are they even? Bounty targets brought in... Oh, I brought in a bounty target, but I got 0 for that. Reinforced lasso, I already tied them. Yeah, the bounty ones are just always glitching. It's just so frustrating. Okay, let me spawn the camp here, and then I'm gonna try to give the camp some more stuff because that wolf is probably already used up by now.
Yeah, I gave a wolf and then also the one that you had.
Okay, let me just fix this right here, right now, guys. Okay. Okay, that's a little better here. Okay.
Oh, is that a Moonshine checkpoint?
Okay, whoa. Okay. Okay, it's in... It's... There we go. Damn, I should have, only one express bullet. Oh, well, that was a smart idea. No, I'm using aim assist on the, I'm using aim assist on horseback. On foot, I'm not using aim assist. I use free aim when I'm running around on foot, but on horseback, I use aim assist because on horseback, it's just so annoying to shoot in free aim, but on foot, I primarily use free aim. What animal is that even in there? A wolf? Okay. Okay, let me clear a few posse members here. And I'll make the posse open. Oh, yeah, the posse the posse should be open, so people should be able to join.
Oh. Okay then. No more wagon. The front wheels just disappeared.
The leaks about Red Dead Remaster. Well, I saw those leaks. I decided not to make a video on it because they were unreliable. I mean, the best piece of evidence that those leaks presented was the fact that if you typed in Red Dead Remastered on Google, that it came up on Amazon, but if you clicked on it, it would just lead you to a generic page. I don't think it's legit. Because, like, they would, what, you know, they're gonna put in, what, two games into one game, just... And they're gonna, you know, it's gonna take away from Red Dead Redemption sales, so it's, Red Dead Redemption 2 sales, I don't think that's, I don't think it's legitimate. I think that whole Red Dead Remaster thing is fake. Okay. More GTA what? I don't understand. This isn't a GTA channel. Okay. I'm posting the next part of Cold War tomorrow. What is this even at right now? Let me see. Yeah, it's only halfway produced. Is the frame rate better on PS5? Yeah, I mean, it should be, but I'm not noticing that much, at least for Red Dead. I mean, I played Red Dead extensively a lot on PS4 and PS4 Pro. I don't really notice that much of a difference, personally.
Yeah. The only difference that I recall there being between a regular PS4 and a Pro is that there's a couple areas where you might lose a couple frames, but not many, and the Pro will just not lose frames. That's it.
Any more guides for Red Dead? Well, I do have a kind of a guide coming out eventually on the rolls. Oh, thank you, Gopher, for subscribing. I will eventually have another, I do have, a guide that I eventually want to make, but I'm also waiting for the next DLC, Okay, thank you, thank you, Johansson, for subscribing. Okay. Oh. Damn, Oh, explosive rounds, no. Damn. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, I'm trying to find the, there it is. No, it's 2-star. My mic is getting in the way a little bit here. Okay, there, that's the target. These pronghorns are like the fastest animal in the game. They like outrun horses. Hey, me and my friends love your Cold War series. Thank you, GB. Thank you, man. And expect a lot more Cold War videos, because even when I beat the campaign, I'm not gonna be done with it. I'm gonna still do a ton of videos on it. I have like a bunch of videos, I have ideas for Cold War, so I'm gonna be doing that definitely. Sadly, I can't get a PS5 for a while. Well, thank you for the super chat, Tyler. Don't give up, Mando. You'll eventually be able to get one. I thought to myself that I wouldn't be able to get a PlayStation 5 this year. Okay, this should be good here for the camp.
Supplies are starting to run low, just so you know.
Okay. That should produce a little bit. Will he stream the multiplayer Cold War? Oh yeah, I'll probably give that a try in the future. Yeah, and it's like I said, like, you know, eBay could stop this scalping madness. All they would have to do is they would just have to make it so that people cannot sell PS5s for more than they are worth. That's all. So they can't sell PS5s for more than they are worth. If they did that, I guarantee you most of the scalping would stop. Like, these people wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't be able to mass buy these PlayStations. They wouldn't be doing that. If they can't sell them for just massive profits, then they wouldn't do it. And then more people could get them. But, you know, yeah, I
saw a post 2 weeks ago. Some guy had in his picture, I could see at least 20 of them stacked up, and he was only accepting $1,000 cash.
Scumbag. That's all I gotta say about somebody like that.
Yeah. Trying to find a 6-target bounty.
No, I can't do that because I made a pledge on my channel that I wasn't going to stream GTA until there's new content on the game, and so far there has not been new content. There's been announcements which I've covered, but there hasn't been any new content, so not gonna break that pledge. And also it's because, you know, if I go on the game now, I'm not really gonna be into it. I'm not gonna really feel like playing it much, because there's nothing for me to do at the moment. I understand there's a challenge and all, but, you know, I just played that game so much that I just don't feel like it. When a new update comes out, then I'll be more into the game and I'll just be able to enjoy it more. Are you familiar with the Zimmerman telegram? Yes, I am. That is the telegram that that's the telegram that Germany sent the Mexican government during World War I with. Okay. Okay, Kala Springs. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Hello, Pro. Can you give me one solid tip on how to be a good GTA YouTuber? Thank you, TR18, for the super chat. But honestly, the thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. The best tip that I can give you, and it's you might be surprised by this tip, but it's simply to not just do GTA. Because you can do what you want on your channel. It's your channel, and I wish you success, and I hope that it works out for you. But the biggest mistake that I've made on my channel, and I've said this a few times, is, and I regret it. I regret it today. Still, it's not that I regret doing GTA. I don't regret that at all. All the GTA videos that I did, I still would have done all of them. But one thing that I could have done differently if I had the chance is I would have done other content alongside the GTA content. Because the issue was that I was just constantly doing GTA and I wasn't doing any other games. And I regret that. I should have been trying to expand into other content and do other games alongside that. And the reason I'm telling you that is because what happens is if you just base your channel on just one game like GTA, like you just keep playing the same game and no other game, the benefits of that is that you will gain subscribers pretty quickly because, you know, they're looking for just one type of content and they're searching up that game, so you'll grow pretty quickly on that one game. But the cons, I think, they far outweigh the pros, because you are the bad things about basing a channel on one game is that eventually you're gonna run out of content to make on that one game. It's eventually gonna happen, and the game is gonna run out of content, and the game is eventually gonna cut support, which is only a matter of time. So that would be bad. So what I would recommend for you personally is, you know, do like if you want to do GTA, just GTA, then do it. But I would recommend, you know, do some GTA videos, maybe do some Red Dead videos, you know, play some other games. Maybe try doing like games of the same category, like open world games on your channel. That will like help your channel grow quickly, but it also won't limit you just to one game. Cowboy Simulator? What is that supposed to mean for Red? You're getting bored of Cowboy Simulator? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. If you are referring to Red Dead as Cowboy Simulator, then somebody could easily say that GTA Online is literally Flying Motorcycle Simulator. Okay, let me see here. I can't find this target. Can somebody else help me out here? I'm having a little bit of a hard time finding this guy. I guess I'm gonna start looking at the clues, because right now it's just... I usually don't look for the clues. I just ride around the area first, but yeah. Well, I mean, okay, if it was a joke, it was a joke. I do appreciate that, Pro. You're a good guy. Thank you, TR18. Thanks, man. How long ago does Red Dead take place to the American Civil War? Red Dead Redemption 2 takes place after about 33 years after the American Civil War. Well, I don't. It's still the same game through and through, but you know, the thing is about it is, I've never understood this logic. Like, you know, I've seen a bunch of comments of like people saying to me like, you know, they say like, oh, I get bored of Red Dead Redemption, but then I go play GTA. But for me, it's the opposite, where I've been getting bored of GTA and I play Red Dead Redemption. Whoa, massive super chat there from X Storm Queen. That is 50 pounds. Thank you, X Storm Queen. There, special shout out there to X Storm Queen. Thank you, X Storm Queen. Thank you. Oh, it's euros. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, man. I do really appreciate it. And thank you also, David. Love the videos. Keep up the good work. Thanks, David. Thank you for the super chat as well. Dylan, what I suggest you do is I suggest you look up the video, go on my channel and go back like a week ago. I posted a video why YouTubers need to stop stressing about views. Check out that video. That'll pretty much summarize my thoughts, and it also explains why I don't play GTA as often as I do. I haven't played it in 3 months actually. Well, I did a video on it recently, but still haven't played it in like 3 months. Do you think Red Dead 3 we play as Jack and fight in World War I? No, not gonna do that. What I think they might do is I think they're gonna do is I think Jack is gonna be the main character in the next Red Dead game. So I feel like he is. I don't know 100%, but I feel like he is. And what I think the story is gonna be is I don't think they're gonna do the Wild West anymore, because, you know, they did, you know, 2 Wild West games. They had also the first one. I don't think Rockstar made the first one, but what I think it's gonna be in the next one is I think the next one is gonna be in a big city, and they're probably gonna have a countryside in the big city too. And what they're probably gonna do is it's probably gonna be Rockstar's version of Chicago, or it might actually be Chicago, because in Red Dead Redemption 2 they said Chicago. So it's probably gonna be set in Chicago. It's probably gonna be set during the 1920s or even maybe the 1930s, and you're gonna be playing as Jack when he goes into Chicago, and he might be like working for like various like mafias or something like that, and like moving alcohol. That's at least what I think the story might be. It'll be in the same universe as Red Dead Redemption because they'll have Jack. So I think that's what they might do. That's at least my theory on what I think is gonna happen. We got a Railroad Baron. You guys want to do that? How many people we got in this posse?
If we have at least 4 or 5. We got 4.
Okay, I'm gonna make a space again here. So I'll make another space for Nerd. And I'm gonna buy ammo really quickly here.
Yeah, you got about 2 minutes to get ammo and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the ammo right now.
Maybe Wee wants to join us because he's usually into PvP stuff.
Appreciate it.
Okay, let's see, rifle. Where's rifle? Because I'm gonna buy all ammo here while I'm at it. Okay, there we go. Okay. For Christmas, you should do a spending spree. Well, I probably will do the, during the holidays, maybe, it's either near Thanksgiving, and if I don't do it near Thanksgiving, I'll do it during the holidays. But what I'll probably do is I'll probably do, like, a charity stream, like, I'll probably do a charity stream around this, around the holiday time, and, I'll just have to decide on what charity. But we'll do a charity stream and we'll play like Red Dead or GTA or like one of those games, and we'll try to raise some money. And I'll also make donations on the stream, so I'll donate as well. Do you think you can beat Railroad Baron alone? It's definitely possible, but it's extremely difficult, because, you know, the thing about this is, I think Rockstar should update this. They should update free mode events, like at least the lobbies, and what they should do is they should make it so that people
I'm putting my auto in.
They should do it so that if you're in a posse and you join like a free mode event, like Railroad Baron here, you should connect to lobbies of other posses. You shouldn't connect to like a lobby where everybody's not in the posse, because then the posse is gonna have a major advantage because they're all gonna be working together where everyone else is gonna be killing each other. And that's the problem with these free mode events, is that whenever you join like as a posse, like you just dominate everything. So it's posses dominate free mode events. So if you're not in a posse, don't join a free mode event unless it's not a PvP event. If it's not a PvP one, then feel free to join. But if it's a PvP one and you're not in a posse, don't bother on joining these events because you're not going to win most of the time. It doesn't matter if you're a really good player. Any good player is going to get destroyed by a full posse working together. Let me see the ranks of these people here. Okay, so there's a few higher levels on here. Oh, I forgot to turn auto-aim back on. Make sure you guys turn auto-aim back on because...
Yeah, I turned it on.
Yeah, I forgot about that completely. Okay. Red Dead Revolver is a good classic. Thank you, FBI agent, for the super chat. Do I know about the French invasion of Russia? When you say the French invasion of Russia, are you talking about Napoleon's invasion of Russia? Yes, I know the history of that. Napoleon got caught in a trap in Russia. And the thing about that is that, I think, wasn't Napoleon who made the quote, he said if you're... I think Napoleon was the one who made a quote that said, if your enemy is making a mistake, don't stop them. I think Napoleon is the one who said that, and ironically, he's the one who was making the mistake. But he didn't, oh, thank you, movie guy. Will you ever do a playthrough of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy? I might do those, movie guy, in the future. I do like the Crash Bandicoot games. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, Napoleon got caught in a trap. I don't think he expected the Russians to just burn all of their buildings and just fall back east. Because Napoleon invaded in the summertime. He didn't invade in the winter. A lot of people think he invaded in the winter time. He invaded in the summertime, not in the winter time. And the Battle of Borodino, that was like the battle right outside Moscow. And Napoleon had defeated the Russian army there. And what the Russian army decided is they'll evacuate Moscow, and instead they'll all fall back east. And Napoleon, when he took Moscow, he thought that he was winning, but then the winter kicked in, and his troops weren't prepared for that, and then he suffered because of that. Do Timmy and Saucer Cats have the PlayStation 5? Do Timmy and Saucer... I don't know if Saucer does, but I know Timmy doesn't.
Even if I wanted one, there's none.
Thank you for the super chat, the clan. What is GTA San Andreas the walkthrough coming out? Never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, I will do San Andreas once I'm done with Cold War and James Bond. So once I finish both of those games, I will do San Andreas. How'd you get the PS5? Basically what I did was I basically took a giant risk with what I did. And I'm glad that it worked out, because if it didn't work out, that would have really sucked. But hang on, let's see. Oh damn, this is why it sucks when you fall off the train. But basically what happened was I heard a rumor on the internet, and like a lot of people were saying it. There wasn't really that much evidence behind it. It was a little few things, but there's a bunch of people on the internet that were saying that Target is going to have a restock of PlayStation 5s at midnight, and that's after release date. So one day after release date on midnight, they're going to have a restock of PlayStation 5s. A lot of people were saying this, and what happened was I decided to take a risk on it. I used this one website called Pop Finder, which Pop Finder you can look up your specific Target store, and it'll tell you how many are in stock. So it'll tell you how much the store actually has. And surprisingly, the website was actually pretty accurate. It said that the Target had 5 PlayStations, and when I went there, they did have 5 PlayStations, but they had 2 were pre-ordered, so 3 were only available. And I was second in line. So the first guy was in front of me, the second guy, and the third guy got PlayStations. There was like 20 other people behind us, and so they didn't get them. But that's how I did it. And the thing is, I went to one Target store. The first Target store that I actually... Oh, did I just get sniped? Wow, I did. That's a good shot on a moving train. But anyways, I got, I went to the first Target store, and I was actually waiting there for some time. And what happened was, it only said there was 3 PlayStations there. And so I decided to take a big risk, and I waited from midnight until, like, around, like, 5:30 a.m., and then I decided to go to the other Target. So I drove to the other Target, 8 miles away, around there. I got there, and when I got there, there was a lot of people started pulling up in their cars. And I started thinking to myself, there's no way that all these people that are pulling up in their cars are here for something else. They're here for the PlayStation. So when I saw a ton of people pulling up in their cars, what I did at that point is I just literally got out of my car, and I just literally went up to the front door, and I started standing there. So I stood at the front door from around like 5:40, 5:45 to like 7 a.m. So I stood there for like maybe an hour, 20 minutes in the front door. And the thing about this is that I live in the Midwest. So, like, the region that I live in the Midwest can get pretty cold here in the winter, like, really cold. And when I was standing outside waiting for the PlayStation 5, it was 10 degrees outside. So I stood in, like, 10-degree weather for an hour and 20 minutes. Let me get back on this train, but... To me, personally, the cold doesn't really bother me. Like, it wasn't really bothering me that much. I was dressed warmly, and I toughened it out and stood outside. But other people, the cold, like, was really bothering them. Like, other people that were in line were, like, shaking like crazy. But that was, Was it worth the wait? Yeah, it was. I got the PlayStation 5. But the thing is, the other people could have easily gotten the PlayStation if they had just waited in the store. I think they regretted that. Because what happened was, the people that were in the parking lot, I think what happened is, I think they were expecting Target to have more PlayStations than it actually did. And so what they were doing is they were sitting in their cars with the heat on, because they didn't want to stand in 10-degree weather. But I decided to take the risk and stand in the weather, because I knew there was probably not going to be that many there. And what ended up happening was, yeah, like, the guy that was in front of me got it, I got second place, and the third guy got it. And, like, the last 15-20 minutes is, like, when 20 people showed up, so everybody got out of their cars, like, the last, 15-20 minutes, and they all started standing in front of the door, and then they didn't get, the PlayStation at that point. I thought you lived in New York. I did. I lived in New York, like, 3 months ago. I moved. I don't live in New York anymore. But right now, I'm actually in New York right now because I'm visiting my family for Thanksgiving. But I'm gonna be back in the Midwest in like 1-2 weeks, maybe 3. Maybe I'll sit a little bit longer. But right now I'm visiting New York. But I did move to the Midwest. Thank you for the super chat, Declan. No, I do not. Do you know who was Gavrilo Princip? Yes, Gavrilo Princip was the man who assassinated Franz Duke Ferdinand. Well, and it kind of hurts me to say because, I grew up in New York. I'm from the city originally. I grew up in New York, but, it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't say it's a nice place to live. It's just, it's just so expensive. Taxes are through the roof. Common things cost more money here, well, New York, and it's more of a place that you visit, not a place that you live. People do make more money in New York than in other states. That is true. I won't deny that, but it's still it's still, if you find a good job in a state with, like, lower taxes, then it's gonna work out better for you. And a lot of people from New York have left the state in recent years, so... Is it true that Amazon drivers are stealing PlayStations? Some, yes. I did a video on it. It's either at the Amazon drivers or the warehouse workers. Pro, is there any issues with the PlayStation 5? I had my internet randomly disconnect, and I've had to re-download some PlayStation 4 games back into my external hard drive. Thank you, Fernando. Yes. I've had this weird issue with the PlayStation 5. Anybody else that has one, tell me in the chat if you have this issue. But, the issue that I've been having, trying to remember exactly, what it was on, because there was like one screen that every time I would go to a specific screen, it would freeze. I'm trying to remember what the screen was, and it would say like I had an error, and it said like report this error to Sony or don't report. Trying to remember what it was. Thank you, Declan, for the super chat again. I think it was the... Was it the messages? It was either the messages or the install page, like one of those. I'm gonna test it later today and just see what it I'm gonna see again what it was, but it's either one of them. Like I would go to a specific page in the PlayStation and it would just freeze, and I would get that error message that would happen. Yeah. Your PS5 was stolen? Well, I would report that to the police. But also here, and everyone, do you know about the Soviet-Afghan war? Oh yeah, I know about that. The Soviet government had the previous president assassinated, and then they invaded Afghanistan. They spent 10 years in the country. They tried to support the communist government in Afghanistan, and they failed at it. The biggest question, is it loud? No. At times, you can hear the PlayStation 5 fan at times, but no, it's not loud. It's nowhere near as loud as my PS4 Pro. My PS4 Pro, when I played Modern Warfare, was like a jet engine. Like, it was just like that.
I don't know what it is. Go on.
What is the stupidest thing that happened to you in Red Dead Redemption 2? I'm just trying to remember exactly. One of two things. It was one of two things. I remember the first one was like a long time ago. It was like right around when the game came out, so it was maybe like a month after the game came out, like almost 2 years ago. What happened was me and my friend were doing like a stranger mission, and we had to deliver a wagon to a place. And what happened was some idiots, like some posse out of nowhere, like they came out of nowhere, and they just literally like they just killed us, and they didn't even take the wagon. They just shot the horses and ruined the mission. And what happened was at that point we went to war with them, like so we started killing them a bunch of times, and like we killed each other for like at least an hour, and just kept killing each other over and over again. And then what happened was the guy like sent me like a bunch of messages on PlayStation, and this is before I made my messages private, so I still had it public. So I got the messages from the random guy, and the random guy basically sent me a bunch of messages calling me a piece of crap. And he said to me, "It's like people like you ruined this game." And then like I just replied to him back saying like, "You and your friends are the idiots who came over. Like, we weren't bothering you. You came over, killed us. You ruined our mission. You destroyed our wagon. And literally, you're pissed off that we're, like, fighting you?" It's like, that was, like, one of the stupidest things that happened to me on Red Dead. Another stupid thing that happened to me is I was, like, right after the Frontiers Pursuits update came out, I was, like, driving my wagon, like, I was selling 100 goods, and it was right around Roanoke Ridge where it happened. So I was going down one of the hills on Roanoke Ridge. Some idiot came out of nowhere, just shot me off the wagon, then he threw a dynamite right underneath the wagon, blew it up. I lost my goods. I lost everything at that point, and the guy just rode away. And that was like, it didn't send me a message or anything, and I was like thinking like, why? Like, why did you do that? And that was the only time I can remember where I actually lost all 100 goods. Like that, at least that I got griefed in. Because I don't think I've ever lost goods besides that and getting griefed. I have had it happen where griefers have shot the wagon, but we've delivered like partial pelts. I've never had it where I've lost the whole thing besides that. So, you know, some people are like, you know, some people are just stupid, like, you know, on, like, you know, games like GTA and Red Dead, you know, these types of games, like, you have the option of killing people, you know, you don't have to kill other players, you know, the whole thing is optional, but, you know, for some people, you know, they just go around killing every single player they see, and then when people fight back against them, they're like, oh, wait, why are you fighting back against me? Why are you doing this? It's just, this, I don't know, it just doesn't go through their head. I had that happen to me on GTA a few years ago. I was playing, and, you know, we were trying to sell, one of my biker businesses, and this idiot comes out of nowhere, and he was flying a pyro, and he starts locking onto, me, tries to blow up my, bags. I managed to deliver the bag at the last second, like, the last second I delivered it, and then I got blown up, and the thing was sold, and the guy started passive popping, so he started using, like, you know, passive mode, going back and forth into it. This is before Rockstar patched it, so this was, like, a long time ago. So this guy, like, he kept passive popping with the pyro, it was getting annoying, and one of my friends, she was actually in, she was in a laser jet or a Hydra. It was either a Hydra or a laser. It was one of them with the explosive cannons, and she had Ghost Organization on. The guy didn't know that she had Ghost Organization on, and the second he got out of passive mode, she blew him up. And then the guy sent her a message saying, wow, you guys take this game way too seriously, you ruined this game, you don't make this game fun. It's like, what? You were the guy that came out of nowhere and just started trying to blow up all the cargo, and then you're using passive mode in a pyro, and we kill you and you're saying we're ruining the game for you? This is stupid. It's just, you know, people don't think about some of these things sometimes when they do stuff like that. So that answers your question. That's some of the stupidest things that happened to me. But on Red Dead, I've had maybe the amount of incidents that I've had on GTA in comparison to Red Dead, I'd say probably I've had 100 more incidents on GTA than I've had on Red Dead, because GTA, just so many times where I just had incidents with, like, hostile players, but on this game, it doesn't happen as much. Do you have a beginner's guide to Red Dead? My brother just started. Yes, I do, and it's actually probably gonna be my first Red Dead video that hits 1 million views. It's getting pretty close there, but it's called Red Dead Online Ultimate Beginner's Guide. You can check that out on my channel. It's like, I think it's like 20 minutes long, but I've broken down pretty much everything that you need to know in that. And have you ever been to Serbia? No, I have not. What was I gonna say is, oh yeah, about the PlayStation 5. Here's the thing. If everybody watching, if you plan to get a PlayStation 5 and you order the PlayStation 5 online, if you order it online and your order goes through, whatever you order it from, whether it's Amazon, Target, Best Buy, whatever you order it from, the safest thing to do is to do store pickup, if you can. If you can't do store pickup, then don't do store pickup. I guess do delivery to your home. Why is store pickup safer than having it delivered to your home? Because people could steal your PlayStation along the way, because that has happened. And if you know that your PlayStation 5 is getting delivered on a certain day, like you know the day it's supposed to be delivered, try your best to be home. If you can't be home, then I guess you can't be home, but try your best to be home right when your PlayStation 5 is going to be delivered. And make sure that you open up the package in front of the delivery driver. So when the driver drops off your package, whether it's the postman or whoever else it is, open it up in front of them, because then you have that proof that you opened it in front of them, and there was either a PlayStation 5 inside there or there was no PlayStation 5 inside there, because there have been scumbags that have been stealing PlayStation 5s en route to people being dropped, and they've been putting other things inside, like cat food and, like, you know, toilet paper and other stuff. And if you don't have a PlayStation 5 in your box, it doesn't necessarily mean that the driver did it. It could be somebody at the warehouse. The driver might be completely innocent, so just keep that in mind. But it's
By the time the box gets to your door, about 20 different people have had their hands on it.
Yeah, so it's just and if you cannot get to the box right when it's delivered, the moment that it's delivered, if you can't be there, what I recommend you do, take your phone and record yourself opening up the box the first time, so that somebody can't say you tampered with it and say that you're lying. Because there's probably going to be people that are going to lie and say they haven't gotten a PlayStation 5. So just make sure you open that, record that the first time you open it, just so you have that proof there that you had, that you opened it and there was no PlayStation 5 inside there. Because it's been happened. It's happened to a bunch of people already where their PlayStation 5s have gotten stolen en route.
If you are going to record yourself, record from the moment that you find it on your porch to taking it inside, opening it. One long recording, no cutting.
Where's this dog leading me right now? Wait, what the? Okay, well I see that the dog tried to lead me into a trap. It looks like the dog is glitched out right now. Oh, I don't really play much GTA right now, Lex. You can play Red Dead with me. Yes, the PlayStation 5 is much more quiet than the PS4 Pro.
I don't know what it is, but in my experience with consoles, not just the PlayStation, just any console that I've had over the years, going as far back in my memory as the first PlayStation, they've all been really quiet, at least the ones I've had. The loudest any one console I've ever had has been like a gentle hum.
I'm just still so disappointed that the PlayStation 5 doesn't play like PS3 games, and I would have loved that if it did.
Well, the way PS3 games and console were made, it's just not compatible.
Do you think they could ever update that, where they would allow it to play those games?
No, not really. To put it, to my understanding of it, to put it in the simplest terms that I understand, to be correct, is that suppose your gaming console, the PS5, were a COD. For whatever reason, the way they design it, the engine that runs the PS5 games also runs PS4 games. They had that in mind when they made the PS4, that going forward it would be compatible. However, suppose you want your car to also run PS3 games, you kind of have to make a second engine. That's kind of expensive. So
I know, I just have so many PlayStation 3 games that I wish I could play.
PS3 games.
I think I know, that's that battle at the castle right at the end of the war. It's that very strange battle. It was right at the end of the war. Is the PS5 storage annoying? In a way, yeah. Because it's like, what, 600 something gigabytes? And like, I've had to delete multiple games and then reinstall them. So it's
The internal storage is 825 gigs, but there's a portion of that limited to the operating system. On the bright side, the base PS5, you get, what is it, 600 something gigabytes? The base PS4 was 400 something, because it was a 500 drive, but some of it was limited to the operating system. The annoying part though is that games are big.
okay, there we go, got this guy.
When it's my turn, you're gonna win. I only tied you. I ain't for this.
Oh, I have auto aim again. I completely forgot I have auto aim on again.
You'll be sorry for this. What the hell?
Thank you, Frank, for the super chat. I don't know what you mean by your question, but it's, Poland was one of the most destroyed countries in World War II. Anyone know how to fix disconnect after legendary bounties? After legendary bounty. Why do I have this weird hat on? I don't get disconnected after legendary bounties. Let's see. Let's wear the right hat here. Not the Kerrigan hat.
You will pay for this?
What do you mean, GG Gaming? Are you gonna play Hogwarts Legacy? Maybe. Can you speak Polish? I can. Do you know the history of the Silk Road? I know a little bit about it.
Burn in hell!
I don't think it was the Mongolians who built the Silk Road, because I think the Silk Road was before the Mongolians conquered the areas, but the Silk Road was modernized under the Mongolians. The Mongolians were promoted a lot of trade on the Silk Road, and they built like guard checkpoints every they built guard checkpoints like every 2 miles on the Silk Road. And that was the thing about the the Mongolians. That's how they managed to actually that's how they managed to move their army so quickly across like terrain, because they used the Silk Road. And what they basically could do is they could send messages really quickly. Like they could have a messenger on a horse, and what would happen is the messenger could like ride like could get on the horse and ride 60 miles or so on that horse, and then they could get off at like a checkpoint, and they could get a fresh horse at the next checkpoint, ride that for another 60 miles, get another horse, and that's how they managed to move such quick distances with their messengers. Okay, let me deliver this target here first.
Well, boy. Bounty's going to sell.
Thank you, Matej. Thank you for this subscribing. I'm not sure on that cryptic. You got suspended and you did nothing wrong? When you say suspended, what do you mean? Like on, what do you mean? Like on PlayStation?
Bounty, is it? Looks like you done a fine job there. Just throw 'em in the cell. Fair price. No haggling.
Okay, I should probably check on my Moonshine business. That's probably, Well, I mean, they could do a map expansion of Mexico. They could definitely do that, because I mean, all they would need to do is they would just need to take the original map and just remake it. So they already have the layout for it. That Red Dead Remaster thing might be fake.
We have a batch ready to go.
Suspended on PC in Red Dead Redemption. Well, you would have to take that up with Rockstar, I guess. Send them a support ticket. Is everyone in here?
I have some ideas.
Okay, let me sell this then here.
Now, we have a batch ready for shipment, okay? I can trust you. I know. You are not like the rest, menteur, tricheur. But when I give a batch to you, I know you will guard it with your life. You will not let a little thing like a barrage of bullets get in your way, huh? when I tell you these are valuable customers, you will look after every last jug. So, they are yours.
I don't know what you mean, James. Okay, let's get on over to this, Is there anything that you liked about Mafia 1 Original than the remake? That's a really good question. Is there anything I liked about the original more than the remake?
Move along, you hear? Go on.
Oh, well, yes, Frank, yes, that was, I mean, the country was invaded from both sides by both the Soviet Union and Germany, so it was 2 weeks later than by the Soviet Union. Probably that was one of the worst years in the country's history. Am I gonna do a new money guide on the next update when it comes out? Do you think the CIA and the FBI are reckless? Well, are you talking about like history? Well, I don't know much about what the FBI does, so I can't really speak on that. But as for like, you know, at least today I can't speak for the CIA, but I will say that during the Cold War, the CIA did do some good things during the Cold War, but they also did some really bad things. Thank you, Frank, for the super chat. During the Cold War, like, the CIA did some terrible things during the Cold War. There were some really bad regimes that the CIA had supported in other countries during the Cold War. So there was some bad things that they did. Like, if I do a history series on Black Ops Cold War, I might do that, but... Okay. The CIA during the Cold War, when they were fighting the Soviet Union, they were anybody that was an anti-communist, they were basically supporting. It didn't matter to them who it was, and just because somebody's an anti-communist doesn't mean that they're a good person. The communists were bad people as well, don't get me wrong, but they were supporting a lot of really bad regimes. So that was like one of the bad things the CIA did during the Cold Wars. They messed up a lot of governments. Okay. Can you use the Viking helmet in Red Dead Online? No, I don't think you can. Oh yeah, that's one of the regimes. That is one of the regimes you just mentioned there.
There's a 6-target bounty at the rig station.
Oh, thank you for the super chat, Frank. Okay, we go here.
Yeah, the station that you're passing, there's a 6-target bounty.
Okay, we'll take care of that a little bit later after this. How would you feel if they added a flying horse, thank you, Hunter, that shoot dynamite and called a Pegasus? That would be a disaster, it would be terrible. Thank you, Hunter, for the super chat. Okay, Downs Ranch. Still got a little bit of a ride to make here. When next DLC comes out, yes, I'll make money guides. Yeah, and that's the thing about Vrabel, is I actually thought that Vrabel, the voice actor for him, that did actually, the voice actor did a pretty good job for him. Oh, thank you, TJ, for the super chat. Well, that's the largest super chat that I've gotten in a long time. Thank you, TJ. Thank you, man, for the super chat. Wow, $100. Thanks, TJ. Make sure you guys check out TJ's channel. It's the same as you type it in on YouTube, because I don't think you can click on profiles anymore from the chat. But he's also a YouTuber. Thank you, TJ. Thanks, man. Thank you, TJ. I do really appreciate it. Thanks, man. Okay, the target has arrived. Oh, thank you, Violence. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats. I do really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you, everyone. Do I like Red Dead Story or Online better? Well, I don't think you can really compare them because, you know, they're both separate things. I enjoy both of them.
Damn unit. You must be dumb as a mule tying me up. Oh my God! Well, shit!
Oh no, I don't do I don't answer any political stuff. I don't answer that. It's just politics is just a mess, and it's just I don't get involved in that type of stuff. I'm just a gaming channel. That's all I am. I'm just an entertainer. I don't talk politics on my channel. It's too divisive. Everybody has a different opinion, so it's just no. I just don't do that on this channel. I stay out of that.
Come on.
Okay, wait till 7 minutes and then we'll deliver this target here.
Thank you kindly. This one will keep me company for a little while. To each their due. Money's on the table.
That 6 target bounty should still be here.
What, in Valentine?
Rig station.
Wild Animal Kills Challenge. That's like one of the stupidest free mode events. That one is so dumb. Is there a fast travel to Rig Station? I don't think there is there?
The nearest is Strawberry. It's just down the road from there.
I'll just ride there quickly.
Just follow the train track and cross the bridge.
Will I ever do Sea of Thieves? I don't know, maybe.
That's an Xbox and PC game, it's not
Yeah.
a PlayStation.
Would I want more story missions in online? Yes, I do, because I want them to finish Jessica Leclerc's story. We haven't had an answer to that story in like a year and a half. We've had no missions for that. Do I watch Fast and Furious? What's my favorite car in it? My favorite car is probably the Toyota car that Paul Walker drove in the original. Trying to remember what that one's called. But you know, I'll say that I can't stand the new movies. Like, I don't like the new movies. The new Fast and Furious movies. I really don't like them. I don't. I like the old ones. Like, I remember when they used to be like, you know, about like, you know, street racing, and like, you know, when they were stealing like DVD players from trucks and stuff like that. And it went all the way from like, you know, it went from that to like this nonsense, like jumping out of planes with your cars, and it's like rocket cars or whatever. It's like jumping from skyscrapers with cars. It's just now it's jumping off bridges with cars. It's like these ridiculous stunts that they're doing with these cars. It's just I liked it when it was about street racing, but this stuff, no, it's just stupid. And all this action stuff. Like, when I watched like the original Fast and Furious movies when I was a kid, and like I never imagined that, like, you know, these movies, like in the future, that it would be like a bunch of like.
I got a proposal for you. Got a new map. Should be easy money for someone like you. I mean, if you think you can figure it out.
Okay.
What do you reckon? Gotta be worth a try.
No, let's buy this map then. But about the Fast and Furious movies, what I was saying is, I didn't expect these movies to literally, like, when I was watching them as a kid, I didn't expect them to go from, like, street racing to, like, literally, like, stopping nuclear submarines from destroying the world. Like, it's just, like, a bunch of street racers that would stop the end of the world. Like, I never imagined that would, like, that's what it would come to. Yeah, now Han's back from the dead. And what's gonna happen is, like, is Jesse from the first movie gonna come back? He's like, oh, I was just faking it, Dom. I was in another country the entire time. And it's so ridiculous how, like, you know, what's it called, like, his Dom had a brother all of a sudden. So, like, in all of the movies, he never once mentioned a brother. He talks so much about family. Like, every movie is like family when he has that barbecue. And yet he's had a brother this whole time. Not once mentions it, which is proof that they wrote it in just for the hell of it. And they decided to make John Cena his brother. That is literally what they came up with. And, like, I can imagine in the next movie, what is it going to be? He's going to have an evil cousin, and it's going to be Randy Orton in the next movie? Is that what it's going to be after this one? Like, it's just... It's getting stupid. But that doesn't mean that it's a good movie. Just because a movie makes a ton of money doesn't mean that it's a good movie. I'm trying to think, what was that one terrible movie that made so much money? I'm trying to remember. There was a really bad movie I remember that made a lot of money. I'm trying to remember what it was. And there's some really good movies that don't even make that much money. So like, you know, money's not a factor in this. Like on like.
What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of here. Go get the hell out of here.
What the hell?
I'm just trying to remember. There was a. I think maybe it was a shark movie. I think that's maybe what it was. That was like a. That had like. That was a bad movie, but it had. I don't know, but just. Yeah. But if you want like if you want simple proof that views don't matter on like whether something is good or not, if you want it might be an indication. Like, you know, just because like I said, just because a movie like, you know, sells a lot of tickets and it makes a lot of money, that might be one indication that the movie's a good movie. But you can't use that as a basis to claim that it's a good movie. And for the Fast and Furious movies, like, what I would say about them, the new ones at least, I wouldn't say they're absolute terrible movies. That's not what I would say about them. But they're just not as good as the old ones. Nowhere near as good as the old ones. And I can't stand them personally. And I feel like most people are going to see the movie they're gonna see the movie because of the title. They see the title Fast and Furious, and that's why they're gonna see it. And here, I'll give you some proof. There are YouTube channels out there, and I know YouTube, you can't really compare it completely to a movie, but it's a small basis we'll use. There's YouTube channels out there that have millions of views, and they have millions of subscribers, yet their content is terrible. I'm not gonna make any names, but I think people know exactly what channels I'm talking about when I say there's channels out there that have millions of subscribers. They make multiple videos a day, and their content isn't even that good. And all they're doing is they're just basically making videos on rumors every single day and just constantly clickbaiting. So it's just, you know, if views are a measurement, then that would mean that channel is the best channel out there. That's not the case. Oh. It's not just one channel that I'm talking about. I see in the comments people are mentioning one channel, but it's not just one channel. There's multiple channels out there that have like millions of subscribers, and yet they have like, you know, their content is just not good. I mean, look at Saints Row 3 and 4. Like, Saints Row 3 and 4... You know, I wouldn't say they were absolutely terrible games, but those games were nowhere near as good as Saints Row 1 and 2. And yet, they sold, I think, even more than Saints Row 1 and 2. But, like, anybody that's played... Most people that play Saints Row 1 and 2 would tell you that Saints Row 3 and 4 are not as good as the old games. They're not. But, you know what, every single Fast and Furious movie, it's like, most of them at least, the way I see it, is like, at the end of the movies, like, they all just sit down and have a family barbecue, and then Dom just talks about family. Like, it's just, he's just talking about family, and then, like, and then at the end, after the credits, there's always a cliffhanger for, like, the next movie. And, like, I can already imagine what the plot is gonna be. Do you know what the plot in the next Fast and Furious movie is? This one that's coming up? He's gonna be fighting his evil brother, John Cena. And at the end of the movie, John Cena becomes the good guy and decides to help Dom and defeat the bad guys. And then what happens is they all have a family barbecue. They're all sitting down with John Cena this time. and now Dom starts talking about family, and the credits start rolling, and then after the credits, there's a scene when Dom gets a phone call, and it's from the CIA, and they tell him, like, Dom, North Korea is building a new nuclear missile. We need you and your team to stop it. And that's gonna be the plot of the movie after this one. Because that is how stupid the movies have gotten. And I noticed most of the people that like the new Fast and Furious movies, I'm not gonna say everyone, but most of the people that like the new ones are younger people. It's people that haven't seen the old ones, like, you know, younger kids, like kids, teenagers. They're the people that tend to like the new ones. The older ones, like, you know, people that watch the originals tend to like the originals better. But that's just what happened. Okay. Let's wait. We'll, at the last minute, deliver this target.
I'm still annoyed that it gave us 2 instead of 6.
Same with Star Wars. Oh yeah, I would agree with you. The new Star Wars movies, I don't think they're nowhere near as good as the older ones. I don't think so. I think the older ones. I loved, you know, some people like the Clone Wars more than the originals. Some people like the originals more than the Clone Wars. I like both the Clone Wars and the originals. I like both of them. I have no issues with all 6 of the original movies. I have no issues with them. As for, like, you know, the new ones, I don't like the new movies. I don't like the new Star Wars movies. I will make an exception for Rogue One. Rogue One was good, but, like, when I'm talking about the new movies, I'm talking about the new trilogy. I'm talking about The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker. I didn't like those movies. I didn't. I didn't like the whole thing. And I think the thing that pisses me off.
Bad though that Disney no longer considers them canon.
Does Disney no longer consider them canon?
I remember reading that.
They were. I think. I'm sorry to cut you off here, Timmy, but I think it was just a rumor that they were saying where Disney was going to make the new movies not canon because people were angry at them. But I don't think they ever not made them canon. I think the new movies are still very much are canon. You know what I would much rather would have preferred? I much rather would have preferred if they would have just done a movie on the Legends ones where, like, the Yuuzhan Vong are invading, like, they're invading the galaxy. And the Yuuzhan Vong, they're an alien species that's from a different galaxy, not the Star Wars galaxy, and they come to the Star Wars galaxy in the books and they start invading everything. And basically what happens is this is right after, like, the second Death Star blew up. The Empire is about to be fragmented. And what happens in the books is, like, the Empire and the Rebellion actually work together in order to defeat the Yuuzhan Vong. And I much rather would have wanted to see a movie about that, where they both work together to try to defeat the aliens, versus, like, seeing, like, this new stuff with the First Order and all this other stuff. It's just, well, The Mandalorian, I haven't ever gotten around to watching it, unfortunately, but what I've heard from people is it's good. I haven't heard any really bad things about it. Let me get the strawberry
Currently
here.
Up to see episode 4 on season 2.
I'm waiting for them to you know, Boba Fett. If Boba Fett makes an appearance in it, maybe he already has, but if Boba Fett makes an appearance in it, then I'll definitely watch it. Boba Fett is my favorite, like, Star Wars character, so if they bring him back to life, I'll be happy. But it's the new movies. It's just no, I just don't like them. And for people wondering, why do you not like the new movies? What do you not like about them? The thing I don't like about them is I just can't stand the First Order. I don't like the First Order. I like the Empire. I thought the Empire was much cooler than the First Order. Like, you know, the Empire, you know, you had some evil people in the Empire, but the Empire was more complicated because you had, like, all these different people in the Empire, and if you read the books, you watch the, you watch the TV shows and stuff like that, there was a lot of people in the Empire who weren't necessarily evil people. They were on the wrong side, but they thought that they were fighting for the right side. You know, they thought they were fighting for peace and everything. They thought the rebels were terrorists. You know, there's a lot of people in the Empire like that. They weren't necessarily bad people. They just happened to be on the wrong side. And that's what I liked about the original Star Wars, is, you know, you had that, you know, you had that kind of, it wasn't all black and white. And then you had the same thing during the Clone Wars. Not everybody in the Separatists was evil. The Separatists, a lot of their leaders, like, you know, Grievous was obviously evil, but there was a lot of Separatists that weren't bad people. So, and that's what I liked about it. It was more complicated. It wasn't like a simple, like, oh, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys. You know, you had, like, a whole, like, the reason the Separatists were seceding from the Republic is because they saw the Republic as corrupt. That was the whole thing about it. But, you know, in the new movies, it's just like First Order, pure evil, and then Resistance, pure good. That's all it is. There's like no in between. Everybody in the First Order is just pure evil. The Rebellion is just pure good with no issues. That's just, I don't like that. And also, I don't like where the, oh, thank you again, TJ. Thank you, man, for the super chats. And I also want to thank again Violence for the earlier super chats. So thank you guys for the super chats. But it's, you guys get what I'm saying. I just, that's what I don't like about the First Order. And also, I liked it better where, you know, the Empire was made up of people, you know, conscripts and stuff like that, you know, people that had, like, ordinary lives that were in the Imperial military. But in the First Order, it's like, the whole military is made up of, like, kids that were kidnapped from different planets and just basically brainwashed into the First Order. That's, like, what the whole First Order's army is. Versus the Empire, where it was all random people on their own personal lives that were in the Empire. So this just, it's what I don't like about the First Order. And I can't stand most of the characters in the First Order either. Like, I hated Snoke. I never liked him. I thought Palpatine was much cooler than Snoke. I hated Snoke. And some of the...
Funny how Snoke was such a throwaway character, though.
Yeah, and then the thing about it is, you had the two... Was it the two characters that actually had some potential? Like, you know, you had General Hux, and then you had, like, you know, Captain Phasma. You know, two characters that had some potential to them, and both of those characters had died in such stupid ways. Like, both of their deaths were so terrible. It was absolutely terrible. It was so bad. It was just so bad. Like, I think Hux's death was even worse than Phasma's death. Like, that was just stupid. No, what you're saying isn't true. Stormtroopers weren't clones. The early Stormtroopers were clones, but within, like, the next 10 years, around there, over 95% of the Stormtrooper army, like in Star Wars, they were regular humans. They weren't clones. So that's not true. And the thing is, in Legends, the reason that the Empire stopped using clones is because in the original Star Wars Battlefront 2, there was a rebellion on Kamino. And the reason that the Kaminoans had made their own clone army to try to fight the Empire. And then after that, the Empire decided they didn't want, like, one specific clone being their entire army. So they decided to open it up to conscription.
Good morning to you. Get out of my way.
Yeah, I've been to Poland a few times. No, the Empire isn't all clones. It's not true. You know, I might make a video one day, like, on my channel, like, top 5 worst scenes in the new Star Wars movies. Where I do a video talk about the worst scenes in the 3 movies, but I think the worst scene in all 3 Star Wars movies, in the new ones, the worst scene out of all of them would have to be in The Force Awakens. And it would be right, it's that one scene when Starkiller Base just, like, powers up and then blows up those planets. That was probably the worst scene in the entire movie, at least for me it was. Why did I hate that scene so much? I hated that scene because the whole thing made no sense. It was just out of nowhere, they just power up this station, they blow up these planets, and you didn't even know what planet got blown up. Like, when they blew up those planets, it looked like Coruscant. At first, people thought that it was Coruscant, but then it wasn't Coruscant, it was some other planet, and then, like, people were confused. The 1977 movie, A New Hope, when they blew up Alderaan, even though they didn't have all those crazy effects, that scene was 10 times better because it was more emotional. It was Princess Leia's planet. They told her they wouldn't blow up her planet if she said where the rebel base was. She lies about the rebel base, and they still blow up her planet. That scene was much better instead of like Force Awakens, where they just blew up like this random planet where you had no idea what planet it even was. They didn't even clear that up. It was just the thing was just dumb. That one scene when Luke Skywalker also wanted to kill Kylo Ren in his sleep, that scene was also terrible. That was horrible. That was one of the worst scenes. Oh, I'm still on auto aim here.
Might be worth mentioning the explanation given to Snoke, how he's literally just a clone thing, and that explanation took all of about 10 seconds, and then it was just gone, like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Shit, boys! We can't lose anymore! Come on!
Okay, his ties.
Tarnation, piece of shit! Oh my god!
But you know something? I had like people like defending that Luke scene to me. Like they were telling me that like, oh well, the reason that scene pissed me off so much is because Luke was going to kill was Ben Skywalker, or, you know, Kylo Ren afterwards. He was gonna kill him in his sleep, and it's and there was like people that were defending that scene, and they were saying, oh well, Luke didn't do it in the end. He decided not to. It doesn't matter that he decided not to, because the Luke Skywalker from the original trilogy and the ones from the books would have never even considered that in the first place. He didn't. You know what the main difference between Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan was? You know what the difference between both of them was? They were both good people, but the difference between Luke and Obi-Wan is that Obi-Wan believed that Anakin was lost. He believed that Anakin could never be redeemed, no matter what. He believed that there was no hope whatsoever for Anakin. That's what Obi-Wan believed. Luke, on the other hand, believed that he could save Anakin, and it turns out in the end that Luke was right. So Obi-Wan didn't think that Anakin could be saved, but Luke believed that he could. And that was the thing about Luke, is he believed that anyone could be saved. Anyone can change, anyone can be saved. That was what was about Luke. So, like, this idea that he would just randomly, like, you know, have visions of, like, Kylo Ren becoming evil, and then he just want to go and kill him in his sleep, it just ruins his whole character. From all the books, all the original movies, he would have never considered that. It makes him look like a terrible person. And then he takes the lightsaber and just floors it behind him. That was these directors were clearly had no idea what they were doing when they made these movies. Ugh. When I look at those movies, I oftentimes consider them not canon because of just how much I don't like them. Okay, let's deliver this guy here. What's your question?
Dumb ox.
What the? Wait, what? Okay, thank you, Francis, for subscribing.
Looky here. Dog brought me a bone. Cells are downstairs.
I played a little bit of the Old Republic. I actually finished the Bounty Hunter storyline in the Old Republic a long time ago. But, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they should have ever brought back Palpatine. I think that was stupid. I think it was. Now, as for Rey being, like, the granddaughter of Palpatine, you know, I didn't have as much of a problem with that as I thought I would originally, but, you know, as for Palpatine, if she was the granddaughter of Palpatine, that would have been fine with me still, but I don't think Palpatine should have been in the movie at all. I think maybe she just found that out about herself, that would have been fine with me, but...
6 target bounty in Ansburg.
Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna play poker right now in a little bit, Timmy, but, you know, Palpatine, the reason I really don't like Palpatine in the new movie is because the fact that Palpatine, you know, comes back to life, it's not even fully explained how he did that. Like, it's not explained how he came back to life or how he survived or any of that stuff. It's maybe they'll explain it in books or whatever, but the movie's no explanation whatsoever. Oh, my family's from the northeastern part of Logan. They're from this place called Austin, if you know where that is. Thank you for the super chat. Let me fast travel here. But, you know, the reason I get so pissed off when I see Palpatine is because, you know, Anakin was the chosen one. And the prophecy was true, if you think about it. So he did, you know, balance out the Force by killing, like, Palpatine. And that whole scene when just, you know, Luke's about to die, and then, you know, Darth Vader just, like, you know, picks him up and just throws him down the shaft, that's probably my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. Right? When he throws him down the shaft, that's probably my favorite scene in all the Star Wars movies. And it's literally, like, whenever I go back and I look at that scene, I think, like, this was pointless. Like, his whole sacrifice and everything, like, this stuff was pointless now. Like, what's the point of him throwing him down the shaft if he's just gonna come back and he's gonna cause more chaos and build another empire? It's like, it's... The whole thing was just terrible. Palpatine should have stayed dead. He should have never came back. I kind of like the sequel, but I can't say anything about the older ones because I only watched episode 3. I'm wrong about what? It does negate his sacrifice. Yeah, I would have loved to see what happens if General Grievous actually survived. Like, I always wondered that. Was it Star Wars Theory made a pretty good video basically talking about what would happen if General Grievous had escaped Utapau, and it was that what was it if Grievous survived, he would have gone to Mustafar, and then he would have recognized Anakin, and then he probably would have fought Anakin. But, you know, the directors of, you know, episode 3, I can understand why they killed Grievous off, because if Grievous was actually on Mustafar, then, you know, Anakin would have been just fighting him, and by Grievous not being there, and Anakin just, like, wiping out the Separatists, like, just when they're begging, I think that scene was better, because it shows just Anakin just completely turning to the dark side. So I think that's why Grievous died. Okay, let me try leaving this party here. Try again. Okay, party. Trying to... Okay, I think I'm in voice chat now. Okay. Okay, let me go in here. I'm wrong about everything. What am I wrong about exactly? Tell me. If you're gonna start telling me, you know, about like Palpatine, I mean, everyone has their own opinion. I mean, I'm not telling anybody to think the way I think. If you like the movies, then, you know, go ahead. You know, I'm happy for you. But I'm just telling you from my perspective. I've watched all the movies, seen all the old Star Wars movies. I'm just telling you why I personally don't like the new movies. That's why I gave my explanation on that, and that's... I don't want to shove my opinion down anyone's throat, but that's just why I personally don't like them. I know, but, like, you know, even with the clone, I don't think he should have come back. Yes, I'll play Watch Dogs Legion multiplayer 100%. I'll do streams on it. I do promise that. Well, thank you, Dusty. What do you think of the prequels? I actually like them. I like the prequels. Thank you, Dusty, for the super chat. He's probably gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna fold because he was taking his time. Okay. I know about that, Michael, and I corrected that in the video. I wrote in the top pinned comment, if you see it, that I made a mistake with how I put the PlayStation down, because I realized that I put it upside down in the video. I did make that mistake. Okay, this should be interesting. Ha! Look at that. Look at that there, 3280. Nice. Is Polish a hard language to learn? If you're an English speaker, yes. If you speak one of the Slavic languages in Eastern Europe, then it won't be as difficult, but for English speakers, yes, it will be. Yes, I'll play Watch Dogs Legion with subscribers. Have you ever played The Forest? No. How do I not load into the same lobby with the same people because they're griefers and it's getting annoying? I mean, it would, I mean, maybe try blocking them also. Maybe that will help a little bit, but... I mean, sometimes it's difficult not to get in the same lobby as some certain people. I speak English and Spanish, so would Spanish do any impact on the Polish language? Well, there are a few words in Spanish and Polish that are similar, but it's barely, not too much. Like, for instance, one word that's the same in Spanish and Polish that I know is biblioteca. That's pretty much the same thing in both. Library. So that's the same, same in both of them, but, no, there's just very few words that are the same. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to do some. I'll try to do some some more games in the future. And as like games will be coming out, I'll be covering them on this channel. The poker game. Basically, how this game works is there's 5 community cards that are put, and you make a bet. And when you make a bet, people have to either match the bet or they fold. If they fold, they lose what they've already betted, but they won't have to bet anymore for the next few turns. And when it gets to the 5th card, eventually everyone is gonna have to show their cards when it gets up to the 5th card. If you have matches, like you have the similar cards, it's gonna be really good for you. I speak as English and Polish, and I learned Polish from my parents. There we go. Wonder if this is my friend in here. Looks a lot like him. Or maybe that's a glitch. Have you ever visited California? No, I haven't, but I'm at $38 there. I think we're gonna leave. We've gotten a good amount there. And that's the thing. When you play good in like games like poker, if you're doing good, you just leave. Take your winnings and leave. That's it. Don't keep playing, you're gonna lose. Can you give me some tips on how to make money on Red Dead Redemption? Because I just started. Check out my video. I have a video on Red Dead. It's called Ultimate Beginner's Guide. It says go on my channel and just type in Ultimate Beginner's Guide, and you'll and that video will probably help you out a lot. The reason that you can't bet gold in poker is because if you were allowed to play with gold, a lot of people would do it, and that would basically constitute gambling in some countries, because gold is the currency that you buy with microtransactions in Red Dead, and Rockstar would get sued for that, so they don't want any issues, so that's probably why you can't, yeah. That's why you can't bet gold in poker. What is the hardest Slavic language in your own thoughts? Well, I'm not sure. I don't know necessarily what the hardest one would be, because I know there's a Slavic languages in like southeastern Europe too, but I don't know those languages, so I don't know how hard those languages would be to learn. But I know that like Russian, Belarusian, and Ukrainian would be a lot harder to learn than Polish. Polish would actually be easier, at least in my opinion, to learn for an English speaker. The reason is because the Russian, Ukrainian, and Belarusian use a different alphabet, so they use an entirely different alphabet, and their alphabet can get very confusing. So it's yeah, I've seen like Russian text before. It says it can get confusing. Some of the letters I recognize, and some of them no. Okay. I think we'll probably be wrapping up the stream here soon. Would you do a Fallout 76 stream? Maybe one day. Also, if you guys are enjoying this stream, see if you can drop a like, help me get to 1,000 likes. That would really make my day on a Red Dead stream if we got to 1,000 likes. And if you're new to my channel and you enjoy my content, then I guess subscribe to me if you like, because I have more Red Dead videos planned, more guides on this game, more stuff planned. Will I do a GTA 4 walkthrough in the future? Yes, I will. Good streaming stories, thank you. I'm halfway to level 341. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to help Sean out. He's a really good guy, and I like his channel a lot. Is there any Red Dead Online news I should be aware of? Well, you can check out my last video. My last video was kind of a Red Dead Online news video, and it was, I made a video in which I talked about, like, next Red Dead Online DLC possibly being delayed because of, like, Rockstar, focusing on GTA, which is kind of sucks. What else? There's these rumors that, like, Red Dead, you know, the Red Dead remake is gonna be, you know, released. I don't believe that, I don't believe those rumors. You brighten my day with your knowledge, thank you. Okay, well, I guess I'll be going here on the stream, guys, but, I guess, yeah, I guess I'll be wrapping up the stream. I'm kind of hungry, so I'm gonna get something to eat. Oh, we're almost at 1,000 likes. We're 128 likes away, so if you haven't liked the stream yet, guys, if you could like the stream, if you enjoy it, help me get up to those 1,000 likes on this stream, I would really appreciate that. But I guess I'll be going here. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will have more Red Dead content on this game soon. And for next week, I have a few Red Dead videos planned. So thank you guys for watching. I will see all of you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.